we went and saw that Palmacia home together, and after looking at it, we realized, well, that's not really going to be the home for us. But we expressed to you, like, okay, this is on our radar for 2025. Like, yes, we're going to move. And so you suggested, well, why don't we just go ahead and get photos taken? Like, why not take that next step? And so we're like, oh, okay. Then that way, when there was a home that we would actually want to offer on, you could immediately list our house. And so we're like, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, then another house hit the market that we were interested in. I went and saw it. He waited a little bit to go and see it. And, there was a little hesitation there. And then by the time we were actually like, oh, maybe we should move forward on this, there was already a few offers. But at that point, we really knew, like, okay, we need to just go ahead and put a date out there. Like, we're going to have a date on the calendar that we're going to list our house. And so we picked March 7th. And at that point, we were barreling towards that date. Like, that's going to be the day we list. Well, about a few weeks prior to that, you reach out and you're like, hey, I know the home's not listed yet, but I actually have someone who's interested in looking at your home. Would you be interested in them walking through? Like, would that be okay? And to us, we felt weird turning that down. It was like, well, I mean, we'd be kind of silly to say, no, wait to come see our house. So we're like, yeah, sure, why not? And then, this person walks through, and then the next day we got an offer in on the house, which was absolutely and totally crazy. Like, I don't think for a second either of us thought, like, oh, this will turn into an offer. And we literally looked at ourselves like, it was that easy? Like, is this real? Does this actually happen? Like, someone walks through and then you get an offer? And we never had to list. It was so serendipitous, almost, like how it worked out in terms of us never having to list and it just immediately getting an offer. It was incredible.
Yeah, no open houses. Because I remember when you mentioned the private exclusive with Compass, I was wondering, like, is this on the MLS or does it count against days on market? And I think that's one of the bigger selling pieces of it, is that Compass being a larger brokerage, multiple agents in the area, there's a lot of eyes on it even when it's not actually on the market. And I think that was, what really benefited us in this case, because we were going to make an offer on that house. It didn't work out, but we had somebody reach out in the interim, so that gave us a little more confidence as we were, looking for that next one, that we had, an offer on ours. And
yeah, I think you had just gotten everything all pulled together, and you had sent us maybe the day before, like, how it looked in the Compass system, and then all of a sudden someone was interested. It's still hard. I think it's still to this day, even though now we've closed on our house and it's like now that chapter's closed, it's still like, I can't believe we didn't have to list our house. I mean, it really worked out so seamlessly. And for us to avoid having to actually have the house on the market where we're getting, requests for showings, maybe there are open houses, and we have a 2-year-old. I mean, just the almost like stress and like mental load of always having to keep the house upkept and ready to show at any moment's notice, to take that totally out of the equation, and all we had to worry about was like where we're going next. It was awesome. It was so great. Oh, my advice is easy. Work with you. I mean, I don't even have to think about it, because you really, from the moment we've met you with all of our now we've bought 2 homes with you and we've sold 1, everything's been seamless and easy. So, I mean, for me, I don't even have to think about it. It's easily work with you, because I feel like we really shared with you everything we were looking to accomplish, and you paired with like the other great professionals you've surrounded yourself with, it all came to fruition and worked out exactly as intended and planned.
Yeah, I think it was, it was great guidance on taking the photos, having the property prepared, because all it takes is that one house to drop, and you want to be able to, list your house immediately. And, we were prepared for that.
Yeah, and the timing. It was so wild with the timing, because we got the offer on our home on that Saturday, and then literally the next day, late that Sunday night, the home we're buying hit the market. So Monday morning, he's saying to me, did you see the house that hit the market last night? And we could actually then that Monday night put an offer in because we already had accepted an offer on our home. I mean, how things happened, it was just so seamless and like boom, 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 and totally I feel like freed up our ability to focus on where we were going next because everything was really handled in terms of selling our home. Absolutely. The early preparation, like taking care of the photos early. I mean, because we took care of that in January. So taking care of the photos early, having a plan, but then like really being open to what could come your way. Because I truly did not think that it was going to turn into an off-market situation. I mean, we were both like intending March 7th is the day, March 7th is the day. And that never ended up being a thing. And you know, it's so wild, like as we've talked with all of our friends about this and like shared our real estate experience, people are floored when I say like, we didn't even have to list our house. People are like, you didn't have to list your house? Like they're like, and I think they automatically also, I think one of the biggest pieces with this is when they hear off-market offer, they actually thought like, that maybe we weren't getting what we wanted. And I was like, well, that's not the case at all. Like it wasn't one of these like, you know, deals of like we were willing to accept lower. And it was like, no, we got what we wanted for the house, off market too. I mean, it was incredible how all of it came together. So I think like also like educating our friends on like our real estate experience and letting them know like, maybe consider this for your own self, like moving forward. Like it doesn't have to be this traditional way that you think it was in terms of, you know, where you have to list the house and all this stuff. I mean, you did all this work, never had to list.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. In fairness, though, and I will always say this, you guys kept the house in mind. You were the perfect sellers. You listened to a piece of advice.
That's true. We did. You did give us a lot.
Yeah,
we did have. We did have the house looking totally immaculate, and it was cleaned up. We had removed anything that was like super personal. So the home was sell worthy or like sell ready, I guess for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to like butter you up, but I stand by this. Like you are one of the best decisions like we've made since moving here because I feel like you like really cared about us as individuals when we were making the move from Tennessee to Florida, and you've just been wonderful and you've really like taken care of us and we're very appreciative of you.
How can I help?
I do feel like we felt that. We totally felt that. Like we felt very taken care of, especially with that first move coming down here. And then with our second home purchase, we knew where we wanted to go and you made it happen. I mean, think about this home purchase. I mean, we dealt with competing offers. We dealt with a tidbit of contention, and you navigated it so well. I still remember like after everything with the home inspection and just everything that happened there, and like that perfectly worded note you sent to the realtor in terms of like what we were going to ask for following that, and like Andrew was like, wow, that was a really well written email. And it was like got us what we wanted in both regards. Like we weren't losing the house and we got what we wanted from the home inspection. So